Hello and welcome. This is Dibyendu Mondal and you're watching The Sunday Guardian on YouTube. Today we will be talking about a sensational murder that has taken place in the national capital some 6 months back, which has not only rocked Delhi but the entire nation. A cold-blooded murder where a 28-year-old man called Aftab Poonawala has murdered his own girlfriend and live-in partner Shraddha Murder. The murder, according to the Delhi police, had taken place sometime in the month of May this year, but it was only brought to light this month. Why so much delay? We will be talking about it in the later part of this episode. But let us walk you through what went down into this murder, how it happened, and when did this murder take place. The Sunday Guardian has accessed exclusive details from the investigators and from the Delhi police in the sequence of events that had taken place since the 18th of May, when Poonawala and his girlfriend's Walker, which is Shraddha Murder, who was living together in a rented apartment in Delhi's Mehrauli, went into an altercation and she was strangulated to death. Yes, this has shocked the national capital. The death is one side of the story. The police says her body was chopped into 35 pieces by this man called Aftab Poonawala. He dumped these body parts in fact, in different parts of the jungle in Mehrauli. Let us walk you through the sequence of events that unfolded since the 18th of May when Shraddha was strangulated by his boyfriend Aftab. On the 18th of May, what we learned from our sources in the Delhi police investigating this case at around 7 to 8 p.m. is the time period when Aftab Poonawala strangulated Shraddha Murder. When she died due to suffocation, Murder got scared of this. He wanted to put himself in self-defense, and my police sources say the entire act of chopping her body into pieces and dumping her in different parts of Delhi was a part of his self-defense to hide this crime. On the 18th at around 7 to 8 p.m. when Shraddha was strangulated to death, Aftab went out to find a cutter to chop her body into pieces. He went to a nearby hardware store, is what we are told, and he got a cutter which we generally use to cut plumbing pipes. He got that cutter, came back home, chopped Shraddha's wrist off. Why the wrist? My sources in Delhi police says that during interrogation, this guy Aftab Poonawala had said that wrist is the softest part in a human body, which is why it was easier for him to try on cutting the wrist. After the wrist was chopped off, he tried to cut other parts of Shraddha's body, but he could not do it with that fragile cutter that he had bought. He left the body in the bathroom overnight. He slept in that very same room where he had killed his own girlfriend. The next morning he gets up, he becomes a very normal man. He walks into another hardware store in Mehrauli, gets 2 to 3 kgs of disposable trash bags. He buys a chopper, he buys a knife. He goes back home, keeps these articles at his home. He goes back to another departmental store where he buys a fridge, a 260-liter LG fridge, to store these bodies when he will chop them off so that the bodies don't decompose. He keeps this, he comes back home, he cuts these bodies into different parts and he stores it in the fridge. This is on the 19th of May, what we are talking about. At around 10:30 when the fridge was delivered, Aftab took out these knives and choppers that he had recently brought from a hardware store in Mehrauli, and he started chopping off different parts of Shraddha's body. Our sources in the Delhi police says he first went with the ankle of Shraddha's body. He chopped off the ankle, he moved upper through the body, he chopped off her thighs, her legs and her head. He packed them in these airtight bags, these trash bags, and stored it in the fridge. Interestingly, since we are told Aftab worked and trained himself as a chef in a 5-star hotel in Mumbai, he knew about chopping. He knew about the art of chopping, if I may say so. He chopped off different parts carefully, removed the blood stains from his house. He used different chemicals to remove these blood stains from his house. He then decided that he will move to Haridwar in Uttarakhand or Rishikesh, in parts of Haridwar or Rishikesh, where he will dispose of these bodies. He had bought a trolley bag, a luggage trolley bag, to dump, or in fact to put these body parts into this bag with 2,000 rupees, for which he had made an online payment. He packed the body. He tried to move out of his house, but he could not. Why he could not? Because the bag became quite heavy for him to move, to take it and roam around different parts of the city and then finally move on to Uttarakhand. He decided to drop the idea. Also, we are told that Aftab had told the Delhi police during interrogation that he was scared that he will be caught during his movement from Delhi to Uttarakhand, because there are multiple checkposts on the road that goes from Delhi to Uttarakhand. So therefore, he decided to drop that idea of moving from Delhi to Uttarakhand to drop these bodies. He also decided that if he takes this body to Uttarakhand, he will drop it in some river and in parts of the jungles in Rishikesh. But then that plan flopped. He then came back home. He then decided that he will drop these body parts off slowly, one by one, in his backpack in the jungles of Mehrauli. This is shocking. This is shocking to another level, where common people like you and me would not even think of doing something like this. And all this he has done without any remorse, is what we are told. During the interrogation, police sources said that initially, when he was brought for questioning into the Mehrauli police station on Saturday night, he seemed calm. But then when he was questioned and put with facts, he burst out in tears. But then, soon after his emotions were out, he had told the cops interrogating him that, "I'm relaxed now. I can live in peace. I have put the heavy part of my heart down. Now I can live in peace." He shows no remorse of this act. Interestingly, look at the character of Aftab Poonawala. While he was keeping these chopped parts of Shraddha's body in his fridge, in the same room where he was staying, he was meeting other girls on Bumble. Bumble is a dating app which he used to lure other women. He was having relationship with multiple women, and we are told this was one of the souring point between Shraddha Vikas Walkar and Aftab Poonawala. Now, what the Delhi police will do going ahead, the police says they will be asking for further remand. He is in a 5-day police remand and is currently being interrogated by the Delhi police at the Mehrauli police station. He will be further questioned, and the Delhi police, when he will be produced in court in the next 3 days, the police will be asking for his further remand. Why? Because the murder weapon is still to be recovered. The Delhi police is still searching for the murder weapon. But why the murder weapon has not been recovered yet is because Aftab says that he doesn't remember the exact place where he had thrown these murder weapons after the entire act was committed. Because he says the police had taken him to the Mehrauli jungle on Tuesday to search both for the murder weapon as well as the body parts, where he had strewn it over the different parts of the Mehrauli jungle. The police did recover about 12 to 14 pieces of bones, which is sent to the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in Delhi for a forensic test to ascertain that these bones are exactly of Shraddha Vikas Walkar or not. A DNA test will confirm it, and the Delhi police will get a further confirmation. My police sources also tell me that the sequence of events which Aftab had narrated to the Delhi police had matched with the places where he had went. I must also tell my viewers that the fridge was brought through a Citibank credit card at a particular general store in Mehrauli, where he bought this 260-liter fridge of LG. But how did Vikas Walkar know about, and why did he do all this planning to dispose of a body, to dispose of the body of his girlfriend with whom he was living in? It is said that he did everything in self-defense and he wanted to cover up. But we need to be aware of people, of such people who have this mentality of killing. I mean, I had also asked the police, the Delhi police sources, that whether Aftab had any past criminal records, and the Delhi police told me that he's clean. his past criminal records are zero. Now, why did it take 6 months for this murder case to be unraveled? It is because Shraddha and Aftab they were in an interfaith relationship, and both the parents did not approve of this relationship. In 2019, Shraddha and Vikas decided to separate from the parents and lived in Mumbai. After they lived in Mumbai, they moved to Delhi in April 2022, and just one month later this incident happened. And we are also told that his father was unwilling to register a missing complaint when Shraddha's friends had said that there had been no activity on the social media profile of Shraddha since approximately June or July. And after a lot of coaxing, it took the father to register a complaint with the Mumbai police, with the Vasai police to be specific. And the Vasai police then reached out to the Delhi police, where Shraddha's last location was traced. And the Delhi police did a lot of their homework before and had put Aftab on surveillance for quite some days, after which the Delhi police had called him for questioning, and that is how the case unraveled. An important lesson before we close this important news show, an important lesson what we get from here is that do not cut ties with your child no matter what they do. This is what we have on the show, and this sensational murder case will have much more telling stories to come on the coming days, and as and when we get more updates on this, we'll come back to you. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.